Bird of Prey 5. Hail Karuga.
Kapla!
Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to BIRDLE Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's BIRDLE Prey 5, Kapla. Welcome to Bed Life for Monday, May 8th, 2023, aka BIRDLE Monday. We'll get to that in just a little bit. John DeMarco was first in the chat. Greetings, John. Says greetings all. John Araki was a quick number 2 and says rip Yellowstone. And we'll get to that as well. And John Araki says, I hope we get a bird rant. And the $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Not Ryan Johnson says hello and kapla. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. And Not Ryan Johnson says bird rant, bird rant, bird rant, bat left to the face. Richie Poole says kapla, kapla, Richie. Captain, fandom nerd says hello, hello, Captain. The last son of K says kapla, bird, and Opre family. Hail, chat, hail. Last son of K. Carlo Albanese says hi, and the soap. Everyone is as well as can be. Hail Karoga. And Bed Life. It's a stream by BIRDLE Prey 5. Oh my God, Carlo. You reminded me of something. So this morning, in the middle of all the stuff I was doing, it was quite a busy morning here. I'll get into it. Some fucking medication company, and I didn't quite get the name of it. I think it was called Dulax or Duplex or Douchlax. Literally, it's a fucking pill for like, I don't know, for inducing diarrhea or whatever, you know, for people who have constipation. The best I could tell. It was a pill to make you go shit. And they fucking paired it. They paired it with Frank Sinatra's My Way. What the fuck? How did anybody think that that would go over okay? Did the Frank Sinatra estate allow that? Was that something that they just had to pay to some lawyer somewhere to get the rights to? I hate fucking hearing great antique songs of yesteryear be sold off to fucking drug companies to be used as their fucking jingle. Like, oh yeah, you remember My Way? Well, now it's a fucking AIDS drug. Yay, I'm having sex my way. Fuck you. No, you don't get to use My Way for your fucking diarrhea, fucking AKA AIDS prevention drug. It doesn't work like that. Okay? In the old days, you would get, the person who's put their hand up in the fucking boardroom and said, yeah, I want to use this beloved song to sell our fuck drug. That's the problem, is that we've gotten so far away. Crime, crime of a certain type has been eliminated to the point that idiots can stand up in boardrooms and say, I think we should associate this song that's a fucking cultural icon with our degenerate drug, and not just because, not because of the life, no, just because who the hell wants to, people have memories of weddings, of their loved ones, of their children. They have family, their entire childhoods are based on these songs. And now some schmuck in some office wearing a fucking tie too tight around their fucking neck says, oh, I remember that song. Let's pair it with our drug that causes fucking ulcers and cavities. And yeah, you might die if you drink too much of it. Yeah, let's pair it with this wonderful song of love and youth and spring. No, it's bullshit. It is fucking bullshit. It should be illegal. Besides illegal, it should go back to the days that if you were that person who stood up and said, yeah, I want to do this, you would get a visit later in the evening from two large men. They're not going to kill you. I'm not saying, listen, I am not suggesting that anybody be murdered or even seriously injured over a decision like this. But I do think that we would be in a better place as a society that if the person who decided to pair My Way with Shitlax got a visit from a couple of large men who just roughed them up a little bit. Okay? Not kill them, not maim them, not break their legs where they have to spend 6 months, in a fucking bed or tied to a fucking machine. But a couple of punches to the gut, a bruised rib, maybe a bloody nose, something that they got to go home and put, a frozen bag of peas on their eye or their nuts or something, and they'd be mostly fine in a couple of days. Okay? Just enough that they think twice the next time they have a fucking medication for, curing crabs. And they're like, yeah, maybe we don't want to use a beloved Jimmy Buffett song for our crab medication. Maybe we'll just pay somebody in India to come up with their own little jingle, so we don't have to destroy the collective memories of a generation of people because we want to sell crab away. It angered me. It angered me so fucking much that they literally, My Way. You guys know what reverence I have for My Way. And you know what got me started with this? Decades ago, decades ago, there was that song, that the medication for what was it? Hemorrhoids, some hemorrhoids medication. And they started using, what was it? Great Balls of Fire or something for a hemorrhoid medication. And it ruined the fucking song. I love that song. And then for 20 fucking years, every time I heard that song, all I could fucking think of was the goddamn hemorrhoid medication. And I knew then that if we allowed drug companies to seize our songs, it was only a matter of time before every memorable song became associated with a not degenerate, but a disgusting disease that I don't want to have to think about when I'm also thinking about the romance, love, and all the good times, or the sad times, but the true emotional realities of my life. You know, I already have Sinatra songs that I have for various times of my life, the various days or months or years I spent with certain people, you know, who was my my last dance, who was my summer love, who was my something stupid. And there were people, family members, great good friends who I associated with songs like My Way. Okay, not everybody gets to do things my way. My ways, true my ways, are few and far between. And there is no amount of money that Dushalex can pay to the Frank Sinatra family or whatever estate controls his songs that would ever make them be able to hold the rights, not in reality, not really, the rights that go beyond what's legal, the rights that were given to the public at large when Frank Sinatra recorded that song. Much like the rights given to fans of Star Trek. Okay, yeah, Paramount or CBS may legally own the rights, but that means nothing compared to the rights that have been earned by the millions of people out there who have put in millions and millions of man hours watching, rewatching, debating, arguing, building fucking maps of the galaxy and creating their own quote unquote headcanon to make everything fit together like a fucking jigsaw puzzle that was never built correctly, but somehow throughout, you know, the 50 years of history and experts in their fields creating little patches to the hundreds and hundreds or thousands of pieces of puzzle that never quite fit together right. We managed to put it together in this beautiful exotic way, and then we got somebody like fucking Alex Kurtzman coming in with a fucking sledgehammer and a chainsaw, and he's gonna make additions to canon. Fuck you, Alex Kurtzman. Fuck you, Dushalex. You don't get to fucking change up. You don't get to invade my brain and associate my way with a fucking stool softener. So no, I don't remember why I went off on this tangent, but fuck you, no. What, Mama Frey? Oh, somebody said there was going to be a Bird Prey rant. They hope, well, they got one. They fucking got one. I wasn't planning on ranting. I wasn't planning on ranting about that today, but yeah. Oh, Carlo Albanese made me sing. Bed Life, it's a stream. That's what it was. Moxley fan also said Bed Life, it's a stream by BIRDLE Prey 5. So 2 people. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says Kapla Gorilla. LDG says, hey everyone, welcome LDG. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. Moxley fan says, BIRDLE Prey 5, Kapla Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Moxley. Hope you are doing well. And Moxley fan says, I don't doubt it. Talking about the opening intro. Miss Londell's Groovy Movie says, Kapla, Miss Londell. Moxley says, y'all remember to tip your waitress, especially the hot waitress. The hot waitresses already get tips. The average looking ones, you need to remember people to tip. Moxley says, we, the people. And Pop Culture Curator says, hello, everyone. Hello, Pop Culture Curator. And Yvette with a £2 super chat. Fingers crossed for Kissing Dax for you and all. Thank you, Yvette. Fingers crossed, indeed. It is not Lesbian Visibility Week, so the lesbians are at minimal visibility again. Not as minimal as it was, but still just not super visible. We'll see. It's still something special to find lesbians, space lesbians these days. Moxie fans is Bird Rant engaged. Last Son of VK yelling Bird Rant. Last Son of VK sounds like a certain beverage company associating with a BSing degenerate. Lol. Yeah. 47 Yorktown says, rant away, young sir. Thank you, 47. Miss Londell says, Moose and Rocco would absolutely love the extra work. Yeah. Moose and Rocco should fucking find their way to whatever guy or woman made this decision and just say,
indications negative.
Do you guys have a moment? And like, what's this about? Like, just come in the back room with us. And then they come out 5 minutes later and they've decided to rethink their entire life story. And hey, Yvette, thank you. Not Kissing Dax, but Eyebrow Dax. Still a Dax. Still something. Thank you, Yvette. Jeff B says, Kapla BIRDLE Prey 5. Soft tissue injury rant. Yeah, something that'll heal on its own. Doesn't need to go to the ER. You don't need to get the police involved if you know what's good for you. Jim's Landscape LLC says hello and a new Ferengi video. Very cool. Guys, check out the video from Jim's Landscape LLC. Jeff B says hail to Jim. Moxley fan says hello to Yvette. Sean Carter says greetings, everyone. And Todd Jenny says, word o pray live, Kapla, Todd Jenny. And Jim's Landscape says hi to Pop and Jeff B. You know, there was another commercial recently that I saw, but I don't remember the name of it. So we'll hold out for that rant. That was not about the music. It was worse. Jim's Landscape says hi to Pop. Hakeem says Kapla Bird and everyone. Kapla Hakeem. And Todd Jenny says Da Putin. Da Putin is fearless leader who tell us to nab moose and squirrel. Yes. Well, the Raggy and Bullwinkle. Yes, Raggy and Bullwinkle. Okay. So I woke up. I do Wordle, as I often do. I'm talking about the real Wordle, the New York Times Wordle. And this morning's word, I got it eventually. It took me all 6 tries. And at the end, it was a word. I don't want to say it out loud right now. If you didn't do it, you know, maybe you want to do it. You should probably tune out if you don't want it spoiled. But so it took me all 6 tries, and the fucking word is one of those words that I didn't even know was a word. Yes, I've heard the word in song and only in song. I always figured it was like 2 words just put together. That it wasn't really a single word, but apparently it is. But I didn't figure it was a word that I would ever really need to ever learn to spell. And not a hard word. I mean, let's face it, even the toughest Wordle word is only 5 letters long. So this word was simply, I'm going to say it now. So if you didn't do Wordle, the New York Times Wordle, and you don't want to know, tune out. The word this morning was aglow. AGLOW. Not a hard word when you, in the perspective of things, but when you're playing Wordle and you've picked letters and you picked the letters I have, it's like, wow, this is quite a difficult, turned out to be quite a difficult puzzle for me. And I was like, well, shit. And it got me angry. It got me angry. I started thinking. I was like, that son of a bitch. Here's what it turned out to be for me. Even though I had the A, I happened to pick a word that had the correct first letter, which is key. I had quite the trouble ending up with aglow. And it just made me angry. That Wordle used to be pure. It used to be everything good about the internet. And that was purchased by the New York Times. And it's not the fact that they put in fucking ads to like join the New York Times. I'm like, dude, I don't want to join your fucking newspaper. If I wanted your paper, I would pay for it to be delivered in paper form. I don't care. But you know, you want to put ads in it, I get it. Okay? What annoys me is that the New York Times now pays a person thousands of dollars, probably tens, maybe $100,000 a year to be a fucking editor, to edit fucking Wordle, to change the words that we would have gotten anyway. And that really ruins it for me. Because if you first got introduced to Wordle, you knew the words, and if you knew what you were looking at, if you researched it at all, you knew every Wordle word that was ever going to be chosen, picked, was already picked by the guy who created it. And the guy who created it picked words with no apparent agenda. And he wasn't looking for hard words and easy words. He just picked 5-letter words. And if one week it happened to be hard, the next week it might be twice as hard, or it might be super easy, or it might be somewhere in between. You didn't have to worry because the guy obviously just picked words as quickly as he could because he was making this for his girlfriend to play. His girlfriend and later some close friends and some family. And it was never intended for mass distribution, but he realized he had something decent and he coded it. He coded it so damn perfect that he could probably run it and millions of people could play it without having to pay for billions of dollars in bandwidth. Okay? The JavaScript file only really needed to be downloaded to your computer once, and it's not a very big file. The graphics are not very big files, only need to be downloaded once, and your browser would keep them in your cache. So even as days and weeks went on, if nobody made any changes to the graphics, if nobody made any changes to the file, it only had to be downloaded once. So, 100 million people could play the game on a very little bandwidth. It keeps the website very cheap. It was just freaking genius. But one of the things that you can't do is you can't be changing the word list. You can't be updating the word list every day or every week or even every month, because every time you do, then everyone playing the game from that point on has to re-download the new files. So even though a difficult word like aglow was part of the original game, and I did confirm it was indeed part of, it was a word that would have been used. Now, I don't know if it would have been used before today or months, years after today, but it was in the original word list. It wasn't originally for today. That much I know. The fact that the words that we are getting today, these words have been put there by this person who is the Wordle editor of the New York Times. And the very fact that their position exists angers me. And it causes such a beautiful game to be ruined because I can't trust anymore that the words that are going to come up were the words that the original creator intended to have. In fact, I know they're not. I know because I could see all the words they should have been using for the last, 3, 6, 9 months, and they're not. Ever since this thing happened, I don't know if it was a year ago or 2 years ago now, when the abortion debate was coming up in the news, and by random chance, the Wordle word for that day was fetus, F-E-T-U-S, and some snowflakes started bitching to the New York Times, like, oh my God, Wordle's name is, the Wordle word of the day is fetus. agree. I need a safe space. I need a safe space. I had to type in fetus, and now I'm being attacked by Wordle. Please, New York Times, save me. And the New York Times, instead of saying, here's a cup of go fuck yourself, says, oh my God, we're so sorry. We'll hire some woman to go over the words from now on. And you know what? We're going to change the Wordle word in the middle of the fucking day. In the middle of the fucking day, they took away the word fetus. They aborted the Wordle game that day and put another word in its place. And while they were at it, they're like, let's remove fetus. Let's remove any problematic words. And one of the words they also removed on that day was Trump. Because Trump was a perfectly good 5-letter word, but oh my God, God forbid that actually came up one day. You can just imagine all the freak outs that they would have had, because all the fucking snowflakes would have started melting if the actual word was Trump. Not the man's name, mind you, the word. So they removed the word Trump, they removed the word fetus, and God knows what else they removed. But any problematic words, they're like, let's take them out now, and instead we'll replace them. And ever since then, Wordle has gone to shit. Well, I was like, well, this morning I realized I had all I could take, and I can't take no more. So, being Wordle was open source, I said, fuck Wordle. Welcome to BIRDLE. BIRDLE. You can go to birdlepray5.com right now and scroll down to Under Dear Bop and to click on BIRDLE, a Karogan word game. And long live BIRDLE. And yes, penis is allowed. birdlepray5.com/BIRDLE, BIRDLE. You just change the WO to BI. We're taking the woe out of Wordle and replacing it with bi. It's not lost on me. I should have put a fucking rainbow flag up. Maybe I will. But for now, all we did was change Wordle to BIRDLE. I also made some edits, like when you actually get, like watch. Today's BIRDLE, by the way, is visit. So you can get a new BIRDLE at midnight, just like Wordle. But now, when we do it, look, it says kapla. Instead of, it doesn't always say kapla. It says kapla if you get it in 4. Okay, if you get it in 1, it says something else. If you get it in 2 or 3 or 4 is kapla. I'm not going to tell you what 1 is. You figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 have all been changed. The word you get, the whatever it is that comes up. The hard mode, it's still there. It works. The dark theme is still there. It works. Colorblind is still there. It works. Feedback, the new email address has been updated now. It's BIRDLE at birdlepray5.com. Twitter, you can tweet to me at birdlepray5. The privacy policy has been updated. The copyright date has been updated. By the way, the privacy policy now reads, there is no privacy on the internet. Do not do anything here you would want to keep private. United States legal minimums only. Okay, that is the privacy policy. One line. Basically, there's no privacy. The statistics work just like Wordle statistics. You can share, it copies the results to the clipboard. You can paste them, and it says BIRDLE instead of Wordle. So, yeah, check it out. BIRDLE, it's now called BIRDLE, a Karogan word game, instead of Wordle, a daily word game. And also, you can guess the BIRDLE in 6 tries, and a new BIRDLE will be available each day. And the graphic is a red B in a box instead of a green W in a box. Yeah. Enjoy BIRDLE for everyone. LDG says Wordle in 4. It was fun. Well, Wordle in 4 is nothing compared to BIRDLE. Hakeem says Kapla Bird and everyone. I read that. Todd Jenny says ranting about rainbow duff light. The Wordle lit Bird up. Indeed it did. Sean Carter says, I hear ya on today's Wordle. Almost missed it. Todd Jenny says made him incandescent. Incandescent. Sean Carter says, Bird, have you ever got it on the first try? I did once. I partied after. Yes, multiple times. But I don't know if it counts. Todd Jenny says, all local rags are behind paywall. F them. I'll go to the library. And Todd Jenny says, the new writers fracked up successful old shows. Yeah. And they want money. They want to strike. Fuck them. They already get paid what they're worth. Nothing. The Travelers is Bird of Prey 5. Greetings, humans, Klingons, and soon-like androids. Greetings, Traveler. I hope you're doing well. Miss Lundell says Bird Rant Part 2. The Traveler says, how is fetus a bad word? That aborted the fetus. It was because, abortion, fetus. Obviously, it's a bad word. The last son of K says, any bird rant that turns a flamethrower on some snowflakes is an awesome rant. Todd Jenny says, Mama Pray, put on the movie Frozen. Bird needs to let it go. Let it go. We don't have the movie Frozen. Unless it's on Disney Plus, I guess. The Traveler says, we demand bird rants or death. Todd Jenny says, Biden court. The Traveler yells, BIRDLE, I'll play that. Todd Jenny says, BIRDLE has hit girdle in a squirtle. BIRDLE has his girdle in a squirtle. I'm not BIRDLE. The Traveler is laughing. Stanley says, I went down to the wire with a glow too. Yeah, it's bullshit. The Traveler says, take the woke out of Wordle, add the by. Yes. Oh, take the woe out of Wordle. Todd Jenny says, wow, wave it in the air like you just don't care. Stanley says, fascinating. Dave G. Sounds says, Kapla, Karoga, Kapla. The Traveler says, Vertebrae 6. If you get it in one, it should say, you cheated. Traveler, it does. It does. Watch. Okay. Here, how can we do this? New private window. Do you guys see that? No. Son of a bitch. Well, just take my word for it. If you do get it in 0, well, let's see. Can I clear? If I erase the cookies, will it come up? No. Shit, I don't even know. I don't even know where this is stored. It's even if I erase the cookies, it still comes up. But yeah, if you get it in 1, it now says cheater at the top. If you get it in 2, it says wow, wow. And I forget what the rest are, but 4 is like, I think, the most average, so that's why it says kapla on 4. No, it's not both. It was 3 or 4, but it's 4. The Traveler says, I just put it 6 instead of. The last on the case is, I don't know if replacing woke with by is an upgrade. Maybe a lateral move. Well, I liked it better. The Traveler says, F me, I can't type. Stupid phone. And Gorilla says, you son of a bitch. I was working on it and you said the answer. P.S. Ouija wasn't on the list. Is it not on the list now? Possible. Yid says, now that's got the coding bug. Now that he's got the coding bug again, Bird will code Prometheus faster than LDG will. Don't upset LDG. There's the Wordle post. Yitzy Lemon says, Bird Theseus. Miss Lodell says, so now I have 2 word puzzles per day to figure out. Cool. Stanley says, very creative. Was not all that creative, but thank you. The Traveler says, Bird, your chat looks like one long word. Yeah, that's a problem with Wordle. If you paste the real Wordle into YouTube, it also doesn't separate the words. John Myers says, wait a minute. You were doing your risk phrase. Why didn't you call it bisque? I didn't code my own risk game. Todd Jenny says to try dildo. Gorilla says, Bird doesn't want the song Let It Go. He wants the other version of Fuck It All. And LDG lols at the thought of me coding Prometheus faster than him. It's because LDG, he says that he's a programmer, but he gave me several reasons to worry about his coding abilities today. The Traveler says, Bird, I sent you a dear bop quickly before I have to head out. So if you see it from Wes, it's actually me. Oh, Wes. I assume it's this most recent one. So we will do a dear bop. I assume it's from Wesley. Let's before our friend Wes has to leave. Dear Bop, Wes here. I got a 7-day free trial for CBS through Amazon Video. I binged watched Picard season 3 in 2 nights. I have to say, seeing the Enterprise D back in action was a treat. I agree with Picard when he said, I missed the carpet the most. Anyway, here's my question. What should I watch while I still have a few days before I cancel? Picard Season 2, haven't seen that yet, or a different show you recommend. Keep in mind, I don't plan to keep CBS. Don't want to spend the extra for it. Thanks, Bob West out. I don't know if you've seen Star Trek Lower Decks, but there's 3 seasons of that. I would watch that before I watched Picard Season 2. I mean, Picard Season 2 is pretty awful. But, you know, you are a Star Trek fan, so, and your name is Wesley Crusher, or at least it used to be, and now you're the Traveler, and all of that changeover happened in Picard Season 2, so I guess you, of all people, probably should watch Picard Season 2. But Picard Season 2, Lower Decks, Prodigy, maybe. I mean, it is mostly a kid's show, but, you know, as a Star Trek fan, I like to watch everything Trek. That said, things that aren't Star Trek, Tulsa King is a pretty good show. That's with Sylvester Stallone playing a former, well, a mob guy from New York City, moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's a decent show. I mean, I like Young Sheldon. I know not a lot of other people do, but Young Sheldon's on there. Mama Frey and I like to watch Blue Bloods. That's a New York City cop show. But that's in like its 15th season or something. It'd be hard to see much of that. If you're a Yellowstone fan, Wes, I don't know if you are. Unfortunately, Yellowstone is not on Paramount Plus, but they had 2 prequel series that are just like mini series, single seasons, called 1883 and 1923. 1883 was decent. 1923 was less so, but okay, but just ridiculous. I mean, it's very, I wouldn't really recommend watching them unless you had nothing else to do. There's, you know, the best content on Paramount Plus is old Star Trek. I mean, more time than not, if I'm watching it, it's to rewatch Deep Space Nine or the original series, or even TNG or Voyager. They're all on there. Enterprise too. So those are my suggestions for Paramount Plus. Thank you. Thank you, Wes, for letting me know and got a chance to get to your dear Bob. LDG says to do it. I assume he means code Prometheus. Captain Phantom Nerd says, I put a bet that you could code faster. Todd Jenny says, FYI, T-Berg is a 4-letter word. T-Berg is a 5-letter word. Todd Jenny says, Prometheus is stuck in the meh in the meth and has become Methuselah. The travelers, bird of prey, you don't have to give me special treatment. I can listen while drive. Well, traveler, it's not special. It's just a good treatment. Jim's Landscape says, watch DS9. Yep, watch DS9. The Traveler says, I've seen Lower Decks 1 and 2, not 3 yet. Well, I would try to get through Picard Season 2 and Lower Decks Season 3. And Last Son of K says, Yellowstone will probably have a spin-off. Yes, so although it's not going to be on Paramount Plus, I actually have that up because I saw people, we were talking about this. Yellowstone is dead. Long live Yellowstone. This news came out a couple of days ago, published Friday. This is going to be news to Mama Prey. The rumors, as it turned out, are true. Amid alleged drama between creator Taylor Sheridan and Kevin Costner, Yellowstone is officially coming to an end. Paramount announced the news on Friday, while simultaneously confirming the Yellowstone sequel, which has been courting Matthew McConaughey as a lead, is moving forward. In statement on the subject, Paramount brass glossed over the massively successful flagship's finale in favor of promoting the next chapter. Yellowstone has been a cornerstone on which we launched an entire universe of global hits, from 1883 to Tulsa King. So they're saying Tulsa King is in the Yellowstone universe. It's interesting. So there might be Tulsa King, Yellowstone crossovers in the future. Anyway, he's saying, I am confident our Yellowstone sequel will be another big hit, thanks to the creative, brilliant mind of Taylor Sheridan and our incredible cast who will bring these shows to life, said Chris McCarthy, president and CEO of Showtime MTV Entertainment Studios, via Deadline. And David Glasser, CEO of co-producers of 101 Studios, said, the Dutton story continues, picking up where Yellowstone leaves off in another epic tale. We are thrilled to bring this new journey to audiences around the world. The company has said it's quite an ambitious plan to make the transition from Yellowstone to the new show, which will reportedly also bear the Yellowstone name. Feels seamless for viewers. According to Deadline, the final episodes of Yellowstone's 5th season will air in November, and the sequel will premiere in December. Not only that, but the outlet reports that several of the original cast members, ones not named Kevin Costner, are expected to return for this latest spin-off. How this accelerated timeline will be accomplished amidst the writer's strike is unclear. There's no confirmation about what script Sheridan had finished before the strike was called, but if Paramount is announcing late 2023 premiere dates, one imagines the company is confident about having scripts in hand. The confidence was reflected in Paramount Global CEO Bob Bakish's comments on a Q1 earnings call Thursday, where he said that we have a lot in the can, so to speak, content in the can, adding that consumers really won't notice anything for a while, even if the strike has an extended duration. If the Screen Actors Guild and or Directors Guild go on strike when their contracts expire in June, it'll be a different story. The drama may in fact turn out to be a blessing in disguise for Paramount. Though the series may be losing Kevin Costner, it may gain Matthew McConaughey, an A-list star who will likely draw viewers outside Yellowstone fandom. And now that Yellowstone OG is ending, Paramount's unfortunate streaming deal with Peacock will no longer be an issue. The new show will air on Paramount Network and Paramount Plus instead of confusingly streaming on a competitor's platform. Okay, what I read earlier on a different news site said that the Yellowstone sequel will air on Paramount Network and later on Paramount Plus. But I didn't know if later meant weeks later, months later, or just hours later. As for Kevin Costner, the actor who made Yellowstone what it is today, Deadline reports uncertainty as to whether he's returning for the final episodes of the series at all. He better be. He better be. If he's not in those final episodes, I'll be really disappointed. And he's honestly the whole reason that show works. I don't know if I'll even watch a Yellowstone without Kevin Costner. He's the reason the show is good. Costner and Sheridan were rumored to be feuding over filming commitments, though Costner's lawyer adamantly denied that his client was only willing to return for a set for a single week. Costner is currently busy filming his own Western, Horizon, and going through a divorce. Yeah, I mean, the problem is Yellowstone is literally only one of 3 currently airing quality television shows. The other being Cobra Kai and For All Mankind. And frankly, Cobra Kai is probably coming to an end next season, I would guess. And next season is probably going to be their last Cobra Kai, just because, I mean, the kids are grown up now. It's been what, 6, 7 years? They're going to be out of high school and college. Hell, they're probably graduating college by now. And I think Sensei Lawrence has been acclimated to modern day stuff. So I think it's time to put that series to rest before it jumps the shark. For All Mankind, maybe they've got 1 season after, but now that we've gone from the past into the future, I mean, it's just not going to be the same show anymore. So unfortunately, all the good shows are pretty much coming to an end. Yellowstone would have been able to go longer than any of them, but fuck, without Kevin Costner, it's not going to be the same. Todd Jenny says, it's a beautiful day, so I'm walking home from work, so keep me entertained, Bird. Stanley says, Costner's quitting so he can do a Western movie instead, lol. I mean, I'll watch the movie when it becomes available, but like, why? You already have a blockbuster series. Gorilla's Random Thought says, so when are they going to announce the 2 Lesbos and 7th Personal Bitch Jack series? I don't think there's going to be a Star Trek Legacy, Gorilla. I really don't. I don't think they ever intended to give Terry Matalas a job. I think he got it as like a almost as a joke. I don't think they respect Metellus at all. I'm not saying I respect him either, but the fact that he thought he would be getting his own show, and he thought he would even be able to get his own show, I almost feel bad for the guy. Carlos says, I'm round like the world. Last Son of K says they can make a Yellowstone sequel without Costner to end the deal with NBC on Peacock. Yeah, you see, I get that. Basically, as long as there's Yellowstone, Peacock gets to air Yellowstone first. So they have to say fuck and change the name of Yellowstone. So even though if this was any other TV show, they would probably keep calling it Yellowstone after Costner left. But being Kevin Costner is leaving, they have, legal reasons to say, oh, okay, well, when Kevin Costner, the star of the show, leaves, technically Yellowstone is going to end, and then we're going to get Yellowstone 2 Electric Boogaloo, and it's going to just air at the exact same time Yellowstone aired, and the plot is going to continue right up to the point where Kevin Costner probably either gets shot or goes to prison or something, and life will just continue, but it'll be called something else, and it'll be technically a separate contract, and they'll know that, Peacock doesn't have any rights to it, and they can bring it back into Paramount. So I understand that. I get why they're doing it, but I still don't know that I'm going to enjoy Yellowstone without Kevin Costner. I mean, remember, Kevin Costner is the one that has taught all the good lines, right? He's the opposite of Progress. He is what Progress butts up against, and he will not yield. Stan Lee got into Succession. I watched Succession too for like a season or two. Mr. Londell says Cobra Kai sucks. I'm sorry, Mr. Londell, you must be sick. I suggest you get a doctor's visit. Maybe they have some sort of antibiotic they can give you. Stanley says, I hope so. Those Cobra Kai kids will be starting families. Yeah. Will be Cobra Kai. Generation 3. Mr. Londell says, I wish For All Mankind was historically accurate. What would be the fun in that? And Mr. Londell says, Metellus was brought in to make Kurtzman look good. He did it. Now he'll be out in a few months. Yeah. Stanley says Costner dies off screen. That will be very depressing. He needs to die like a cowboy under a tree. Carlo Albanese says Bluestone. Yellowstone is over. Bluestone begins. Captain Phantom Nerd says, I do not feel bad for Terry. He can go shove it up his ass. For all I care. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Roberto Frey 5. Kapla, Jedi Bill. Dave G. Sounds says, Caldera. I get it. No, it's the Yellowstone, although the Yellowstone is not Yellowstone National Park, but it could also be, maybe there's a super volcano under Yellowstone Ranch as well. Carlo Albanese waves. Last on the case is Hail to Jedi Bill. And Stan Lee is taking Costner to the train station. Don't ever accept a ride to the train station from a rancher. That's all I'm going to say. Don't ever accept a ride to the train station from a rancher. Okay, quick commercial break. Be right back.
Read about tennis tots, political posters, and the miniseries Shogun, all in the new issue of TV Guide magazine.
Break free and feel. Feel how splendid you are with the fragrance created by Gloria Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, a rich, expressive fragrance that reveals to the world just how splendid you are. Vanderbilt, let it release the splendor of you. Vanderbilt.
We know you. Let it rain, you say to her. We'll have a wonderful day. And you pour the Almaden. Almaden Chenin Blanc. Fragrant, fresh, delicate. It's one of your favorites. We know the wine you like because we've been making wine longer than any other California winery. We know you. We make your wine.
Jordache has the fit that's right. The Jordache look. The Jordache look.
If doing things different is your style, Genesee Cream Ale is your brew. Ever since we got a wood stove, I've got the lowest heating bill around.
Yeah, and the biggest thirst.
Next time that you're thirsty, make Jenny Cream your brew. The taste is something different. It's smoother drinking too.
I like it, 'cause there's nothing like it.
It's different.
Genesee Cream Ale.
When that sun breaks out, lift up your head and shout, it's gonna be a great day.
Kellogg's waits for you, that spirit comes shining through, promising you a great day.
How could you think of starting this bright new morning without your K-double-L? Oh, it's double good with Kellogg's, you'll have a great day.
Kellogg's has been making great days for more people for more years with more cereals than anyone. Corn Flakes, Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes, Product 19. Trust your mornings to Kellogg's.
Very best part of starting your bright new morning is Kellogg's way. It's not far away. Kellogg's will help you say there's gonna be a great, we're gonna see a place. It's gonna be a great day.
I've been on my feet 6 hours. You know how I feel? I feel like dancing.
Sheer energy.
It makes me feel like dancing.
Sheer energy.
It makes my legs feel that good. Sheer Energy pantyhose look terrific. And they stimulate, refresh, and massage my legs. So I really feel like dancing.
Try Sheer Energy, because nothing beats a great pair of legs.
Get that do it up feeling, do it up.
Two great names in jeans do it up in style. With an exciting fall collection of denim and corduroy jeans in a rainbow of colors, Gloria Vanderbilt by Merjani and The Gap bring you the fit that stops traffic wherever you go.
Fall into the Gap.
Have a Gloria Vanderbilt fit at The Gap.
If we lived in a world where all women were the same, they'd need only one shampoo. Clairol introduces 7 shampoos for the real world, where all women are different. Clairol Essence shampoos, each with its own natural botanical. Aloe Essence for extra body. Chamomile Essence for beautiful highlights. Ginseng Essence for conditioning. 7 Clairol Essence shampoos that make your difference beautiful. Clairol Essence shampoos.
Hello world, we're back. Sorry about that delay. Mr. Lundell says, why can't I just like Cobra Kai? Last I saw this was still America. You can, Mr. Lundell. It's an awesome show. I feel bad. Carl Albanese says, cornflakes to take away that special crave. And he says, America, F yeah. And Jedi Bill with a 26-month friend of Karoga chat says, today marks my 3rd year of being a YouTube channel. Kapla and hail Karoga. Congratulations to Jedi Bill. 3 years on YouTube. Happy anniversary to the Jedi Bill channel. 797. Hope you continue growing, Jedi Bill. Hope in 3 years you don't have 3,000, you have 30,000, maybe 300,000 subscribers. Dave G says, fall into the gap. Yes, that commercial has no ulterior meanings. Carl Albanese says, you only like what you like, and that's what makes us unique. That is true. And Carlos is 3 years of Jedi Bill. Absolutely. Hail Karoga. And Dave G, congrats to Jedi Bill. Absolutely. We need to get Jedi Bill, the Jedi Bill channel anniversary on the May 8th holidays list. Today is Reward Yourself Day. I think every day is Reward Yourself Day for many people. Take a break, indulge in some self-care, and celebrate all the healthy habits you've kept up with. It's Free Trade Day. It's Iris Day, not IRS Day. That's a different day. Iris. We're getting ready to stop and smell the irises on this fragrant holiday. It's Jamestown Day. Take a day to reflect on colonialism, life in 17th century Virginia, and Native American cultures. And once again, I will remind people that if you went to school through the New York City public school system, you never even learned about Jamestown Colony. I honestly thought the Pilgrims were the first. That's how they taught it to us. Jamestown never even came up. There were Europeans here before the Pilgrims? I was like, that can't be right. The first time I heard somebody for an education from south of the Mason-Dixon line. And they're like, well, Virginia was here before the Pilgrims. Like, what are you talking about? Virginia was here before the Pilgrims. Like, it started with the Pilgrims. No. No, it didn't. Yeah, now they probably don't. Now. Well, then I found out that it was actually the first Europeans in what we now call the United States was neither Jamestown nor the Pilgrims. It was the Spanish in what's now New Mexico. There were Spanish in the United States in the 1500s. The 1500s. Even more like, what? Yeah. It's weird. Very weird. National Animal Disaster Preparedness Day. Circumstances may compel you to act. Plan ahead of time for yourself and your beloved pets. Sassy, if we ever get separated, look for us Oh, shit.
Yeah. Can't do that no more.
Oh, we still can. We've got 3 acres. 4 acres. Look for us in the Adirondacks, Sassy. We're going to live under a tree in the woods. For the longest time, God forbid of a major emergency, the family's plan was to make it out of New York City and meet at the Adirondacks property. But this year that got sold. It's no longer in the family. The house, we no longer have a house up there. We do still have 4 acres, but there's no house anymore on it. So we've never updated the emergency plan. So I guess we either still go up there and just take over the house, or we live in the woods under, make our own shelter under a tree and just live with it. Hopefully it's not in the middle of winter. There will be a lot of snow. It's National Coconut Cream Pie Day. National Dakota Day, not the state. Apparently, a woman's name. National Give Someone a Cupcake Day. National Have a Coke Day. I'll drink to that. If the very thought of Coke makes you want to break into song, you're not alone. National Maria Day. National Meeting Planners Appreciation Day. Nobody gives a shit about meeting planners. National Nova Day. There's no way that woman is named Nova. National Report Government Contractor Fraud Day. Catching fraudsters, helping the government, saving taxpayers' money. Sounds like a real job. National Student Nurse Day. Let's get ready to celebrate determination and achievement of student nurses. National Women's Checkup Day. Celebrate National Women's Checkup Day by scheduling a checkup. It may just save your life. You could get free checkups for women in Caroga. No Socks Day. Oh, that's disgusting. We don't celebrate that. Truman Day. Join us as we commemorate Harry S. Truman's birth and honor him. It's Victory in Europe Day. Relive the Allies' victory over Nazi Germany. It is Victory in Europe Day. Oh my God. Today's Victory in Europe Day. VE Day. VE Day. It sounds like it's time for a song. I always wanted to play Frank Sinatra's There'll Be a Hot Time in the Town of Berlin when the Germans were visiting at work. When the Germans would come, see, because after we sold off Grey Goose vodka, our biggest brand was Jägermeister. Now, we didn't own Jägermeister. We were only the importers of Jägermeister. So when the Germans would come to town, we would have to be on our quote-unquote best behavior and whatever. I did not particularly care for the Germans. I didn't mind their Jägermeister, but I thought they should be bowing to us, frankly. We were the ones selling their garbage. Okay? The fact that we could find anybody to drink Jägermeister, that was due to us, not them, okay? They should have been thanking us. But the people involved in the decision making at the time, they were afraid of the Germans, because if the Germans said, hey, we're going to decide we're going to go with a much bigger company instead of you guys, it would have been really bad for us. So they wanted to keep the Germans happy. And long story short, after I got sick, years after, I'm not saying it was because I got sick, obviously, but years after I got sick, well, you know, it wasn't long after I got sick that the ability for them to sell Jägermeister started failing. And eventually, the Germans got impatient and decided that rather than move Jägermeister to a bigger company, they just bought the company and made it part of their company. And then they destroyed what was working and basically fucked themselves. So, unfortunately, by that time, it was too late. All the people who knew what they were doing were gone. And, well, so with that, let's celebrate a little VE Day. And I don't have the music to go with this, so just gonna be me. There'll be a hot time in the town of Berlin when the Yanks go marching in. I want to be there, boy, and spread some joy when they take old Berlin. There'll be a hot time in the town of Berlin when the Brooklyn boys begin to take the joint apart and tear it down when they take old Berlin. They're gonna start a row and show them how we paint the town back in Kokomo. They're gonna take a hike through Hitler's Reich and change his hail to what you know, Joe. There'll be a hot time in the town of Berlin when the Yanks go marching in. You could never keep 'em happy down on the farm after they take Berlin. I'm gonna grab a Frau and show her how we paint the town back in Michigan. I'm gonna take a hike through Hitler's Reich and change that hail to gimme some skin. There'll be a hot time in the town of Berlin when the Yanks go marching in. You know you could never keep 'em happy down on the farm after they take Berlin. And I know you're going to say technically the Soviets took Berlin. Point taken. Still, it's a good song. It's a good song. It's a worthy song. Not a whole lot of songs of battles. This is in true Klingon tradition. Hakeem says, I went to private school and still didn't learn about Jamestown. Lowell. The Vikings. The Vikings, they were here, but they kind of forgot about it. And Miss Lundell says, don't forget the Vikings were here before any other Europeans. Yeah, but they didn't know what they were on to. That's my problem with the Vikings. It's like almost better to think they were not here than to think they were here, looked around and said, this land is fucking useless, and forgot about it. Carlos says, long live Karoga. Absolutely. Hakeem says, bring tents and live in the woods. Carlo Avenisi says, will you take the orphan miners? Well, I'll need to take some. Carlos says, Pepsi to the max. Dave D says, somewhere an event planner is weeping, Bird. Yetza says, oh, look, it's another woman day. Carlos says, hail, Kuroga, hail, Kuroga. Last Son of K says, remember when Coca-Cola united us in song in the 70s? It seems like a million years ago with the BS happening now. Yes, yes, I do remember. No, Hakeem, it's not VD Day. Carlos says that's next Tuesday. 54.5 Access Radio says you had to remind me it's VE Day. Yes, sorry, 54.5 Access Radio. I know it's a dark day for you guys. And last Son of K, yes, the Russians took Berlin. And so does Mr. Londell also remind me. Actually, the Russians took Berlin. The last Son of K says they claim to have found a fried testicle in the bunker and said it was Hitler's remains. Ms. Lundell says, what about the possibility of the Knights Templar coming here? Possibilities, but none of them realized that it was worth staying. Okay, it was the Spanish and who really decided like, oh shit, we should come back. And later, the Dutch, the English, and the French. Ms. Lundell, the Knights Templar, and Gorilla says, Vikings landed in Canada, so it was useless. For Canada. For Canada. It's Canada's fault. Blame Canada. So, funny thing, you guys know I am a moderator on nextdoor.com. So somebody posted up a link to an article about how police, the New York City shut down another spa on Bell Boulevard. And people started joking how it was a full service massage or spa. And that's why it was shut down. And then other people wrote like, how can you make jokes about it? And blah, blah, blah. And then someone else posted up a link and said it was advertised right on this page. And I'm like, what page? And sure enough, apparently there was a website, BNN Massage, Asian Massage, Bayside, New York. Massage therapist in Queens, open until 2 a.m. And there's a phone number. And it says friendly and pretty Asian staff therapist. Very clean and very friendly. Healing touch massage. And there's a whole bunch of quote unquote updates. Most recent posted April 27th. Beautiful, in all caps. In all caps. Beautiful Korean staff, private clean, comfortable rooms, luxurious free shower, special hot towel massage, deep tissue massage, Swedish massage, acupuncture, acupressure, back work massage. Call now. And with a picture. Then another one, although this looks more like a picture from a restaurant. And then another one with new professional staff. These people look less than professional. Beautiful Korean staff, private clean. Again, comfortable rooms, luxurious free shower. So lots of beautiful and clean Koreans, apparently, according to their advertisements. I had no idea. I had no idea. Now, unfortunately, these places, while near to my house, are not at home. They're all pretty much up steps. Yeah, unfortunately. So, testimonials. There's testimonials. Been going here for almost a year for a monthly massage. Great place, clean, professional, friendly staff, excellent massages at reasonable price. Very young and nice. I have get first time Korean service. I do recommend the B&N body massage. 5 stars, 5 stars. And Steve M didn't leave any comments, just 5 stars. So, yeah. So, and there's the location. They put it on the map. Business hours, 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. I was tempted to see if they make house calls. You know, always could use a good massage. Carlo puts in the sassy. Carlo puts in, a hug to Mamo Pray. 47 Yorktown says, stop hating Canada. Carlo says, why do we only find out after they close? Oh, there's plenty of others. That's what somebody posted. They said, don't worry, there's plenty of others. Last on the case is, I don't hate my fellow North American cousins. I'm just sorry of such bad leadership. Unfortunately, ours isn't a great example either. Deej is writing down the number to send some of these to Bird. Yitz says if they serve Bud Light, they probably were lady boys. I don't think they serve Bud Light or any type of beer. Jedi Bill says hello to Deej. Dave G says, what happened to the last staff? And Deej puts in a bunch of Sizzle Prey emojis. Sizzle Prey is actually getting ready to head to Florida, right? Tomorrow night, Sizzle Prey. Sizzle Prey, Nephew O'Prey, and a couple other people head out with her. Her babysitter and her babysitter's child. Last on the case is if we could get rid of Dementia Joe and Castro Jr., it'd start some good things. Home visit, says Carlo. Yeah, no. Deej says poor girls work as long as the orphans, only get about 6 hours off. Carlo says they get off all the time, Deej. Part of the job. And Deej says, is she going to take care of some business in Orlando for Uncle Paulie? No, Uncle Paulie's perfectly capable taking care of his own business. Famous Bearer says, hello, bird people, Kapla, Famous Bearer. Okay. So let us head over to the other Dear Bops. We got Wesley's from earlier. Dear Bop, why the F do I always get assigned to the new guys who can't effing speak English? I always get the Hispanics who only talk to me in Spanish, so I have to pull the other guy off his machine to translate. Does somebody think you speak Spanish? Like when you were applying for the job, did you say you spoke Spanish? You said, "Sí, hablo español," and now they think you speak Spanish? I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of info missing. You might want to tell somebody that you don't speak Spanish, but if you do tell them that, you might get fired. So it's up to you. I don't know how badly you need this job. Dear Bob, I don't understand why I'm in HR. All I said to the gal from the office as she walked by that she smelled like a Korean massage parlor. What? Do you work in Bayside? How would you know what a Korean massage parlor smells like, I guess? That's probably, oh, they're all over, apparently. I'm guessing HR is going to want to find out how you know what a Korean massage parlor smells like.
No,
Don't.
it is.
Oh, they can ask. They can ask. I would suggest not volunteering an answer. You just say you heard. You watch a YouTube channel and you heard that they smell like well, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but you heard some ideas of what they smell like, and it smells like what you think it smells like. So that's actually very interesting, considering Korean massage is pretty big here. That is Sisso Frey calling for Mama Fred. Anyway, guys, I think that's probably it for today. Let's take a quick look at some headlines. Alberta wildfire shuts down 2% of Canadian energy production. Russia bans jet skis, ride hailing before World War II tributes. Forest boat capsize. Fed report shows banks worried about conditions ahead. Virginia jail escapee captured after seeking medical help. 27 workers killed in Peru gold mine fire. Oh, that's terrible. Shares rise, but debt crisis and inflation dent dollar. Google Pixel tablet specs leak. Just had days ahead of I/O. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 even higher. Wired, what really made Joshua Hinton into an AI doomer? Gizmodo, all the sci-fi and fantasy projects impacted by the writer's strike. Expert says AI may pose more urgent threat than climate change. Star Trek confirms who'd win in a Borg versus Dominion war, and it's not close. Bullshit. Star Trek Strange New World, Picard opens door for Shatner return. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Cody Guy, welcome. Carl Albanese can't smell. LDG says you have a dear Bob. I will check it. LDG says missed one. Obviously I didn't. It wasn't on the screen. You could see the screen. And no, Sopray does not give those types of massages. Okay. We got one more. One more, dear Bob. Dear Project Prometheus supporter, here at our headquarters, we actively find prospective candidates interested in digital revolution, that is online privacy, and your unalienable right to free speech on a platform that is truly user centralized. We recently heard your earlier support for our project and dream of a free net where your terms and conditions actually matter. In appreciation of your words, here is a very special gift for you. It's on us. Freethenet.org shop. Use coupon code free gift. A fun shirt. $99.98. 1 cent off. 1 cent off. No thanks. No thanks. Okay, guys. Thanks all for hanging out. Not a lot of, I don't know what that means, gorilla, but I'm going to go and eat and have a great week, everybody. Kafla, bird out.